Now, there are two kinds of working hard. You can work hard, you can work smart, or you can work dumb. When I was in 6th grade,
The world of finance is like a jungle, and Michael James Burry is Simba. With a medical degree and a passion for investments, he has become a legend in the industry. But what really sets him apart is his uncanny ability to predict market crashes, a skill that earned him millions during the 2008 financial crisis. And though he shut down his hedge fund to focus on his personal investments, the name Michael Burry will forever be synonymous with the strategic foresight and lucrative returns. In the finance world, they call him the Big Short. What do you know about this man? How did he earn his name? In this video, we'll show you how Michael Burry turned a dire situation into one of the most lucrative investments of all times. The Great Beginning. It all started on a scorching summer day on June 19, 1971, when Michael Burry first came into this world. Little did anyone know he would grow up to be a legendary investor with an uncanny ability to predict the unpredictable. Throughout his illustrious career, Michael Burry made waves by being one of the very few to predict the financial crisis of 2008 with laser-sharp precision. And boy, did he cash in on it. He not only survived the market crash, but also made a massive fortune by investing in credit default swaps. As the founder and chief of the Scion Capital hedge fund from 2000 to 2008, Burry was a force to be reckoned with. He steered his team towards unparalleled success, becoming the go-to guru for all things investment related. From a very young age, Michael Burry had to learn to adapt to life with an artificial eye due to retinoblastoma, which snatched his left eye when he was just a toddler. However, he never let his physical challenge hold him back from achieving greatness. As a teenager, Burry attended Santa Teresa High School, where he completed his secondary education. But his thirst for knowledge and hunger for success didn't stop there. He went on to earn a medical degree from Vanderbilt University School of Medicine and began his residency in pathology at Stanford University Medical Center. But fate had other plans for him, and he left his residency midway to pursue his passion for economics and pre-med at the University of California, Los Angeles, and Stanford University. Burry was a man of many talents, and he spent his off-duty hours mastering yet another craft: financial investing. Under the cloak of darkness, he meticulously studied and analyzed financial markets, honing his skills and preparing for the day when he would become a financial legend. Despite not actively practicing medicine, Burry still holds his status as a licensed medical practitioner with the Medical Board of California, fulfilling all requirements to maintain it. Financial investment days. Michael Burry's quest for greatness took him on a roller coaster ride of different career paths. After completing his medical degree, he worked as a resident in both neurology and pathology at Stanford Hospital, honing his skills and gaining invaluable experience. But Burry was destined for more, and he decided to take the plunge and launch his hedge fund. His success in value investing had already earned him a reputation in investment circles, which he cemented by discussing his techniques on message boards on the Silicon Investor stock discussion website since 1996. Burry's stock picks were so spot on that it wasn't long before big players in the investment world took notice. Vanguard, White Mountains Insurance Group, and the likes of Joel Greenblatt all took an interest in his unique approach to investing. And why wouldn't they? Michael Burry was a true master of his craft, and his ability to pick winners was unparalleled. Michael Burry's investment strategy was firmly rooted in traditional principles, inspired by the teachings of Benjamin Graham and David Dodd's security analysis book. He staunchly believed in the idea of a margin of safety and credited this concept for his successful stock picks. After shutting down his website, Burry used his inherited funds and borrowed money from his family to establish Scion Capital. He named the hedge fund after his favorite book, The Scions of Shannara by Terry Brooks. His investment prowess was immediately evident as he produced extraordinary returns for his investors. In 2005, Burry made a bold move and focused his efforts on the subprime market, accurately predicting the bursting of the real estate bubble as early as 2007. His research on residential real estate values led him to believe that subprime mortgages and bonds based on these mortgages would start losing value when the initial rates were replaced by much higher rates, which could happen as soon as 2 years after the loan initiation. Somehow, Burry had seen what others were missing for years.
I called up the prospectuses and I read the prospectuses and I looked at these pools. I could see the credit standards within these pools deteriorating just quarter to quarter.
How could you tell that?
There was essentially crappier mortgages being put into these pools, and it didn't seem investors seemed to care, and it didn't seem the ratings agencies seemed to care.
The Big Short. Burry's shrewd analysis convinced investment firms like Goldman Sachs to sell him credit default swaps against vulnerable subprime deals. And he made a significant profit from his foresight. Even when the stock market finally moved in the right direction, Burry continued to outperform it, proving that his investment strategy was based on solid principles and remarkable insights. The story of his Big Short was about to unfold, and it came with lots of doubts.
I know for sure that some of them thought I lost my mind. I think a lot of clients were just glad to be done with it. Perhaps I had made the trade too big for the fund. And my confidence in the trade had ticked off some people.
In the early 2000s, and a small-time investor named Michael Burry is making a daring move that would change his life forever. He's sinking his money into credit default swaps, a financial instrument that most people have never heard of. Burry's convinced that the housing market is headed for a crash, and he's putting his money where his mouth is. But as he's making these bold bets, he faces a revolt from his investors who don't believe in his predictions. Despite the pushback, Burry's intuition proves right. As the housing market tumbles, his investments pay off big time, making him a personal profit of $100 million and generating more than $700 million for his remaining investors. In the end, Scion Capital, his hedge fund, reports staggering returns of almost 490%, dwarfing the 3% return of the S&P 500 during the same period. Burry's success doesn't stop there. He takes a break from business operations to focus on his investments. And in 2013, he reopens his hedge fund as Scion Asset Management. He shifts his focus to water, gold, and agricultural land, recognizing the precious nature of these resources in an ever-changing world. As Burry's fund grows, he files required reports with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, revealing his portfolio to investors. But he doesn't shy away from speaking his mind either. In 2019, he warns of a bubble in large US company stocks due to the popularity of passive investing, calling out the risks that many are ignoring. The Tesla connection. One of Burry's most infamous moves in recent years involves his short position on Tesla. As the electric car maker's stock skyrockets, he puts his money on the line, predicting that the stock will eventually collapse like the housing bubble. In a tweet that has since been deleted, Burry taunts Tesla bulls to enjoy it while it lasts, as he adds to his short positions. The financial world was rocked in May 2021 with the news that Michael Burry, famed investor and subject of the Big Short, had taken a sizable bet against the darling of the electric car industry, Tesla. Puts on over 800 shares of the company were reportedly in Burry's portfolio, sending shockwaves through the stock market. Investors and analysts alike were left scratching their heads, wondering what Burry had seen that they had not. As the months ticked by, the value of Tesla's stock continued to climb. Many began to question whether Burry had made a grave miscalculation in his bearish bet. Some even speculated that he might be forced to cut his losses and abandon his position. But Burry is not one to be swayed by popular opinion. Fast forward to October 2021 and Tesla stock had soared an eye-popping 100%. Many would have expected Burry to throw in the towel, but he had other plans. In a statement that sent shockwaves through the financial world, Burry announced that he would no longer be shorting Tesla's stock. Did Michael Burry take advantage of a situation that could have been changed if he gave practical advice? Or is he a man who saw his chance to get rich and took it? How crazy do you think this story is? Drop your answers in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe for more informative content on the financial market.